All right, Mr. Kaide, good to have you join today's media news. Let's start off with the first story, or rather, the story that made it here, where we learned that the president have appointed a new man, talking about John Nwabueze as Nigeria's tax ombudsman. What do you make about this, given the fact that the reason for this new appointment actually is a way for him now, I'm talking about Mr. John, to bring out the transparent nature and also fairness in tax administration between the public and private sector in Nigeria?
Yeah, you see, between you and me, there is nothing that Nwabueze could bring on board other than to do the biddings of those that had appointed him. We have seen this government as a government that doesn't take people into consideration when coming up with its policies. One of the duties of government is to ensure socio-economic well-being of the people. To what extent has this government been doing that? They're only bringing in Nwabueze as the face of it to further entrench their policy that is always impinging on the people and then suppressing the people. Imagine this. Imagine this. How can a government, despite the fact that people are suffering from the deceitful removal of oil subsidy that shot up the price from around 190, 180, 200 to over 600 naira, and you are still saying you are bringing in 5% duty on importation? Who is even importing fuel in the first instance? Is Dangote refinery not enough to supply our needs? Instead of you to do like Singapore of those days and block all petroleum product importation, because you have government officials at our ports, ensure that no petroleum comes inside. Now, you are now saying, look at the price of petroleum. Look at even what Pegasus did the other time. I'm tweeting Dangote refinery so that they can shut up the price of PMS. So no matter who, no matter the professional that this government is bringing in to come and show up his tax, that professional will not do anything other than the biddings of those that put him in office.
Let me stay with you, and I want to appreciate you once again for being here. Now, there is the conversation about the new tax collection from Nigerians come January 1st, 2026. I don't know if you're privy to that particular situation. Looking at the fact that the purchasing net and purchasing powers of Nigerians have deepened far more than it was in 2023, owing to the fact that prices in goods and services have increased astronomically. Do you think that the government would gain success with that tax collection come January the 1st? And if that should be true, what can the government do right with all of the tax and, of course, increased tax that has been levied upon Nigerians?
Yes. You want to believe with me that even this government said that when they see you not even paying those taxes accordingly, they'll be removing your data. Are you also aware of that? They'll be taking it from your data. That means, to a very large extent, this government is having access to our data. And that is why till today, our data is not lasting the way it's supposed to last. Having said that, the introduction of different forms of taxation by this government is not only to shore up their revenue, but rather to further emasculate the citizens economically, socially, and culturally, so that at the end of the day, when election comes, they can always use the money that they have deceitfully deducted from the economic power of the people. They will not be returning it back to them. That they are giving you 50,000, go and vote. Giving you 20,000, go and vote. Forgetting that. Forgetting that. It's money. You want.
Doctor, go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead. We just had a bit of audio glitch there, but go ahead.
Dr. Kaide would like you to unmute your device so that we can hear you. Dr. Kaide, please go on with your line of thought, please. Continue what you're saying. We'd like you to unmute your device if you can hear us. Dr. Kaide, please. All right, we seem to be having a little glitch there. We'll go on a quick break and we'll come back. We'll continue with the news analysis on Voice of the People Television. Do well to stay with us. We sincerely apologize for that breaking transmission. It's still the Voice of the People Television Midday News. So you're watching, and we had with us before the little glitch, Dr. Kaide. He joined us virtually from Lagos, and also we learned that the ADC chairman, Ikorodu local government area here in Lagos State, Moses Sunday, also have joined the conversation. Thank you so much, Dr. Kaide Dio, for stepping with us. We'd like you to continue with your line of thought. We apologize for that breaking transmission.
Yes, I was saying that. Look at the issue that is happening as regards this government taxing the people. Government has been taxing the people from all facets of the economy. Listen, they're even saying that come January, come this same January, when they find out that you are not paying tax the way you're supposed to pay tax, they'll be deducting it from your data. To that extent, that means this government, they have access to our data. They have been tampering with our data. No wonder our data has not been lasting the way it's supposed to be. The data we're supposed to use for 1 month, under 2 weeks, they will say your data is off. You have to buy another data. And you have no option than to buy data. Because if I don't have data now, there's no way I can be on set with you virtually. So the issue is there. The government is nothing other than a government that is anti the people. It is anti the people. And why are they doing it? They are trying as much as possible to unleash excruciating pains on the people economically.
All right, then.
So that when election comes, the money they have extracted from the people deceitfully,
all right, then,
part of it will now be returned to them.
Thank
like 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 to vote for them. And meanwhile, this money is still be taken back from the people.
Thank you so very much, Dr.
And we are now saying Nigerians should be out to educate themselves on how to guide against all these obnoxious taxes unleashed on them.
All right, then. Thank you so very much, Dr. Kayode. Let's move this conversation to Mr. Moses Sunday. Thank you so very much, Mr. Sunday, for joining this conversation. Well, again, I'm going to still ask you the same question. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the appointment of Mr. John Nwabueze as Nigeria's tax ombudsman. From your own understanding of the person of Mr. John Nwabueze, do you think anything relatively different would be done within the tax space? Plus, can the government truly, holistically, get more tax to development or developing the nation, as it were, owing to the fact that Nigerians are struggling and battling with even the purchasing power as it stands? What's your position on this as well?
Yeah, good afternoon,
Nigerians.
And thanks for having me. Oh, am I audible enough?
Yes, you're audible enough. Go ahead.
Okay. Professor Nwabueze had been part of the Bola Tinubu sector right from Lagos. And I believe he was also part of the last administration. And if you look at what the last administration achieved in tax, then I believe there is no celebration in this appointment. Just like Lagos State, the FG is going towards capitalism and ensuring that Nigeria either we get the value or not that we are forcefully taxed, because it should have been in a better way around that when you see the service, the value, the citizen should be willing to pay tax without being questioned, without being forced. But this regime has, just like Lagos State has been doing, we have bad roads and we are heavily taxed. You are taxed on penalty, tax everywhere, but there's no value for service for those taxes. So those are the major reasons that the only question that comes to my mind, even with this appointment and with the tax framework that has been done by this administration.
So you think as it stands, still staying with you, Mr. Sunday, you think as it stands, the government clearly is just compensating some of their party faithfuls when it comes to appointments rather than credibility? Because again, there is also the conversation that Prof that was appointed comes with so much experience, both from the public and the private sector. You think that appointment is not worthy enough, owing to the fact that you're also in a position, as it were?
Casting any shadow on the credibility of the person, but looking at what had been achieved, he was part of the last administration, and there was nothing that comes out of it. So I'm just saying, from what we have seen, that it's not a celebration at all.
All right, then. Thank you so very much for your submission there. Let's take this conversation to Dr. Dyer. Dr. Dyer, this other story where we're jumping to is about the fact that residence doctors, as it were, the Association of Resident Doctors in the FCT, says members have received outstanding salaries and allowances. Is that some cheery news, owing to the fact that, yes, the doctors are clearly still saying that they would go on their strike come the elapsed time given to the government?
Contradictory statements from the leadership of the resident doctors and then others within that. What I'm saying here is, for a while now, I have refused to be believing in some of these unions. Why? Because experience had shown that the moment they are on their protest and it's now hitting the government, government always find a way to divide them. And how do they divide them? By calling upon the leadership and discussing with them. Discussing with them in quotes. That discussing in them can also be expatiated and be looked at from different perspectives. Okay. But whichever perspective, let's leave that. But at the end of the day, you find out that even what those that have been discussed with are saying have not even been implemented. Because by the time they call off the strike, in another 6 months, you will see them coming back again. To say, yes, you promised this, you have not done it. Forgetting that they said initially that it has been done. And unfortunately, again, they are dealing with somebody as, in quotes, let's leave that one, as wicked. As wicked. Wicked is not somebody I believe in. No. Why? Because of his antecedents.
Well, then again, Dr. Kaide, again, the concerns are being raised about the fact that why is it just the FCT that is moving to wanting to sort out the concerns of resident doctors? And to be precise as well, 47 out of 150 eligible doctors have been paid. So with that number, would there be a cooperation with the FCT when it comes to the health workers? Or are we expecting the ongoing concerns by the resident doctors to be shelved aside just by the FCT?
You cannot shove the concerns of the resident doctors aside no matter what has happened. And like I said, government has a way of breaking the ranks and file of any union. Why is? Because even the leadership of this union, Papa, I mean, to what extent are they sincere to their followers? Remember, I wrote an article some time ago. A bewildered nation, the connivance of the leadership against its people. And the same way is also happening in all these unions. The same way it's also happened at our various civil liberty organizations and the civil society organizations. And that is why till today, despite the economic strangulation of Nigerians, we still cannot have CSOs, CLOs, labor unions coming out the way they came out in 2014 and call themselves Save Nigerian Group.
All right.
Well, so
what has happened to them today?
Doctor, some quarters will bet to differ.
All Nigerians are facing.
Doctor, some quarters will bet to differ because SERAP is doing their bid when it comes to the CSOs in Nigeria, and we have to also give credit to them as well.
SERAP is a different ballgame. What SERAP is doing, what SERAP is doing is different from what the CLOs, CSOs, and labels are doing. SERAP will not come out.
At this point, Doctor, we have the likes of Doctor. We have the NLC chairman Joe Ajero being vocal, threatening industrial action and all that. Even the TUC also, we have their leaders too, do frown or come up to talk about some of the things Nigerian workers are being met with. So I don't really think so. I think some persons actually differ with that particular statement. When you say they are not doing exactly right, that NLCs are not doing what they should do at this point in time.